Hi everybody, it's me, Lindsie. I'm hoping this video will be released on September 21st or September 22nd. I think I'm going to put this up on September 22nd. It's because of a few things. One, if you see this video, or by September 22nd, just understand, I left New Jersey completely for two reasons. One, it's because for my mental health. And two, it's because I have an 11-year-old cousin who's waiting for me. As she told everybody that I'm coming to Florida to be with her. Because she sees me as a big older sister, which I never felt that way. Not even especially coming from my brother, who, by the way, is younger than me, but not as young as my cousin is. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because this came out as a shocker. The reason why I mentioned this is because, how do I say this? It's because this all started the first weekend of this month. My mother and I were about to head on to plan to get a house away from where I've been living. Then, thought that would deal with it. And even though I was hesitating to sign something because I felt uncomfortable signing things, and especially doing it online without realizing this is falling under the privacy and the American Disability Act. I know I'm going to say that's because I know it's ridiculous, but understand, you can tell I have a disability, and I know you people are saying, well, anxiety's not it. Well, it's kind of cleared as a mental illness, so kind of, but there's something more beyond that, and I wish I could explain, but then again, I'm really much uncomfortable to explain it all. Anyway, so while we were upset, I was arguing and I'm being upset with her, my aunt called, and she says, why do you want to move there? Come to Florida. And I was like, what? Really? She said, and I was like, what, really? My mom's like, what? So she's like, okay, fine, we'll do it. Now, we were supposed to leave 2 weeks ago, right? We haven't. And it's because my brother's job. If you guys don't know, my brother's work, he deals with the bowling alley. His bosses decided to go on a vacation, going to a cruise. Now, I believe they're back. I am not sure. So, and because of that, and then of course my brother has to run this ridiculous tournament at the next day, we will be leaving on Sunday with my brother driving. Although I am kind of worried because there are things that have been going on, and I'm worried that something bad will happen. Now, because of all this processing going, my family is, the only thing right now is I still have some anxiety. And I don't think my mother will understand this, and neither would my brother. There, and surely not even my family, the rest of my family will understand. Because I don't want to mention this, but I'm going to try my best due to this is being posted onto YouTube, but I have a fear that, I'm afraid that something bad will happen to me. And I said that to her. Well, it already happened yesterday with this. If you saw the photo, you know, but on the community post, I kind of hurt myself because what happened was I was trying to do something for my mother, and all of a sudden it actually had to put the sign up, and all of a sudden as I was coming back in, I forgot to go sideways. Instead, I lost my balance and ended up ramming the let me show that. And almost knocked out, almost rammed this as well. The TV is there. So yes, I rammed. Yeah. That's why I have a bandage on me. So, anyway. But I still feel there might be more ahead. And I know most of you guys are going to ask me, why am I saying that? Well, I'm worried that my estranged father will go crazy. And because of this, I don't think he'll handle this very well. For those who don't know what I mean by, let me explain. This actually brings me to about what took place 9 years ago. And actually almost 10, I should say. But that's not until next year. For those who don't know, if you guys remember what happened that June in 2016, everybody really couldn't believe this. We had terrible shockers happening. There was the weirdness that led to the passing of Christina Grimmie, and then that nightclub in Orlando. Oh, well, while we were dealing with that weekend, I was also watching pro wrestling. On Friday, I couldn't believe it. So by Monday, trying to understand what happened, I woke up in my room one day, and that actually was that Monday. I woke up seeing a notification from, X. Well, now it's called X, but formerly Twitter. And usually I get notifications, and used to get seeing people who replied to others. So when somebody who I followed was tweeting at a pro wrestler, the pro wrestler is Tim Donst. What happened was it was revealed that Tim Donst, and that's his pro wrestling. I don't know if I should reveal his. I'll just reveal his first name to you guys. Only his first name. Because then if I say his last name, you guys think I'm nuts making this up. I'm not. But his first name is Mike or Michael. But I've been preferred to call him Mike, or no, I don't call him that. I had to be really more friends. And right now, I'm referring to him as Tim Donst. Well, I woke up seeing him post something on his account, and and it was an article attached to it, and it was from a local ABC affiliate, I believe, and the article was and he posted this, and I was shocked. The article was about his mother and his father. And there's a little trigger warning to you guys. Let me just say this. His father pew-pewed his mother. And kind of somewhat hit her, somewhat not hit her. She's still alive, thankfully. But, yeah. And you're wondering, how did this happen, Lindsie? Well, to summarize this, Tim's parents are no longer, I guess, I don't know if they were married or no longer. Okay, I think they were married. They're no longer married. I guess she divorced him. And I guess she wanted to get away from him. So she ended up remarried to a guy who would, he has his own kids as well. And that's fine. But what happened, throughout this whole entire, I guess, situation explains what happened around December 2015 to around January 2016, when I went to wish Tim Donce a Merry Christmas, and hopefully he's okay. Didn't hear from him. And, I mean, after what he went through, this ordeal in 2015, which is 10 years ago, where he had revealed that he had a tumor on his kidney, but it was not, cancerous. So, anyway. Didn't know what was going on, and I thought there was probably something going on. Well, it turns out around January 2016, he mentions that he has family issues going on. I'm like, I hope he's not mad at his mother and his stepfather. Turns out it wasn't. Then the truth happened, and when I read the article, I was stunned. So yes, his mother got pew-pewed by his father. And you know why? I discovered the whole entire situation. It turns out, and of course, even though right now, as we speak, his father is in jail, despite of what everything was put up. It turns out Tim Donce's father, let's just say he had a job. I don't know what his job was. I may saw his construction. His father lost his job, which means that he also loses his health insurance. And that means that you also lose medication. Now, I don't know why his dad went to go find another job, but I guess only happens if he's medicated, I think. So, now, I know you guys are going to say to me, sounds like your favorite wrestler's father had been fired upon discrimination. That may be. I don't know. I mean, if so, that goes against the American Disability Act of 1990. Anyway. So, when that happened, I guess somehow he managed to get pew-pews, and among others, and for some reason, he decided to go all the way from Lancaster all the way to Ohio, finding his ex-wife, and tried to end her. I was like, when I was reading this, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe his father would do that. Yeah, it was horrible, and I felt bad for him. That his father was, I guess you could say, unhinged. So but his mother, and the more I read to this, the story continued saying that his mother there ended up getting help. Somebody in her neighborhood called 911 for her, and she spoke onto the phone and says that it was her ex-husband. And when I heard about this, I was like, oh my word. I can't believe the strength she had. Yeah, and he ran. He was on the run after he tried to hurt her. He ended up somehow he went down from Ohio, ended up in, I guess, somewhere in Kentucky. It was a manhunt, I guess you could say. Yeah, I was like, really? So because of that, they extradited him back to Ohio. He ended up standing on trial. Now, I could say that, his mental health could have been played and he could have been some kind of mental asylum, but he wasn't. Because what happened was, when I heard that happened, last thing I heard was he was being extradited back to Ohio. So, months later, I found another article, what happened to his father, and it says that his father ended up serving, I don't know how long, I think probably for the rest of his life, not sure, because of what he did when he tried to take out his ex-wife and the mother of his child, who had to tell everybody on social media his mom got hurt by his father. Unbelievable. So yeah, that's the last thing I had heard about this. Last thing I recalled. And that's when I heard about this, I've had fears since then. Even I tried to explain to my mother. She says there's no way he will do that. Really? Try me, woman. And she thinks that he won't go after her. I'm pretty sure he'll go after me. And that's why. I have a fear of that. And that's not the only thing. I don't know how we're going to deal with getting to Florida. As of right now, I heard they went to go pick up, I don't know. They said it's I don't know what they're picking up. It was supposed to be a van, but now I'm not sure. And we're packing, and then of course they're gonna try. Of course, I'll try to help packing up, but it's just that I'm trying to deal with this weight issue, and it's really gone crazy. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, so, and by the way, if I can find the articles, I don't know if I should or not, but you understand where I'm coming from. But anyway, anyway. So yes. So by the time you see this video, I'm hopefully should be in Florida by now. And if you don't hear from me, a video from me within, by the time my brother's birthday, something went wrong, okay? Yeah, that's the truth, what's going on. I'm trying to flee New Jersey altogether, because the last 6 months being in a hotel sucks. Okay? I had read somewhere somebody went in a hotel for 3. Well, being in a hotel room for 6 months kind of sucks. And of course, taking shots. Remember, they think I'm really losing weight. I'm not, really. I still feel like I'm gaining weight, okay? Hope you guys can understand what's going on. I'm just scared stiff. So, if you guys want to hear more from me, make sure you guys can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want to get the numbers back up, so hopefully, because I want to get higher as much as my gaming channel, which right now is at 350, I guess, so, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.